Is the iPhone 11 a good buy in 2023? Well, you can find some on Amazon around $300 and $370. In this video, we are going to look at how each aspect of this phone is able to stack up in 2023. Starting off with the design, it's got the exact same thing as the XR, but with a square camera bump instead of just one camera lens. It's got a full screen design with a notch with aluminum rails and a glass back. Its thickness is around 8.3 millimeters, which can feel a little more bulky in the hands, especially if you are coming from an older model of the iPhone like the 7 or the 8. But you can really get used to this pretty easily in no time. Moving on to the display, if you don't really care about the nitty-gritty of displays and just want something that can show you content very well, then there's really nothing wrong with it. It's big with no visible pixels and shows great colors at all viewing angles. It's a 6.1-inch 60Hz LCD display with a resolution of 1792 by 828 and 326 pixels per inch. If those numbers mean nothing to you, don't worry, but if you are a tech spec like me, then you can tell that it really needs a lot to be desired. The resolution is around 828p, not the standard 1080p, so you won't be able to view content in full HD even if YouTube gives you the option to select it. Plus, its 326 pixel density, also known as sharpness, is high enough so that you can't see individual pixels. It's nowhere near vast majority of new phones. So if you do want the best display, then I recommend that you get the 11 Pro, and well, it's worth to know that the 12 will be much better because it fixed all of these issues and also finally brought the resolution to a complete 1080p with the OLED technology. Let's move to the camera setup. On the back, we have a 12 megapixel main sensor, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and on the front we have a 12 megapixel selfie camera. Photos on the main camera can be really impressive with great stabilization, great color tones, and tons of details. One upgrade that the 11 brought was the night mode, which lets you take really good photos in dark scenarios without using the flash. Now, of course, this camera isn't going to be as good as what we have today, but that doesn't mean that the 11's camera is also bad at all. Let's talk performance. One thing I've realized about Apple devices is that no matter how long they've been out, they seem to get better with time and hold up very well. The iPhone 11 has a powerful A13 Bionic chip and 4 gigs of RAM that is powerful enough to handle most current apps smoothly and also supports the iOS 16, so in terms of software, it's still up to date. Honestly, whatever you do with your phone, it could be just texting, calling, browsing the web, or watching YouTube video, or maybe like play games like myself and multitasking, it will be a super pleasant experience. Finally, let's look at the battery. Before we move into the battery, I just want you to know that the iPhone 11 supports wireless charging. Now, your battery should be pretty decent if your battery is still in good health. It's equipped with a 310 milliamps, which is substantial and should be able to get you throughout the day. But if you are someone who loves to play power-hungry games, then obviously you ain't gonna get the same benefit as the average user. Now, from 2023's perspective, the iPhone 11 is very powerful and should serve you well and good for the future, especially in terms of cameras and performance. The only downfall about the iPhone 11 is its low resolution display, but that isn't relevant for about 99% of people, and sometimes the battery life. All in all, the iPhone 11 is really good and still holding up at a great price in 2023. If you own one, you might not consider an upgrade just yet, but if you are yet to get a new one, then you might spend a few more money to get the iPhone 11 Pro or even the 12.